Hello there. In this video I want to share a beautiful summer day in Munich with you, and it starts with some new tires. These are the legendary Dart and Smoke made by Panaracer in Japan. They are installed on this mysterious bike you've already seen in the opening. It's a 1987 Centurion Explorer Lhasa Kathmandu. Normally I equip all my bikes very well with mudguards, kickstand, racks, mostly even dynamo powered lights. But this is also quite some effort, especially if an old bike didn't come with these parts already. And with the Centurion I just want to keep it simple. But first some coffee. Got a nice iced coffee here at Kiso, my favorite cafe in the neighborhood. And what is neat, from in there I always have my bike in eyesight. This is all the stuff I have with me on today's ride. Normally I like to take either nothing with me or a pannier bag, which is attached to the rear rack. But it also works this way, just taking the normal bag with me, nothing fancy, nothing waterproof, hanging it over my shoulder and just going for a ride. So if you want to see it like this is another less is more episode on bicycles. But this time my less is more bike really has less attached to it. Not only that it costs less. How often do you really need mudguards? How often do you really need a rear rack? How often do you really need dynamo powered lights? Sometimes you're just good to go without all of them. Maybe even more often than you think. If we make it about me, not you, for me this bike made me realize more often than I was thinking personally before. Apparently I scared quite some kids there, but I really know what I'm doing here. I know this descent very well and ride it fairly often. So where we are going here is, after my coffee at Kiso, I'm picking up new coffee beans from another spot. Whoops. The place where I like to pick up coffee beans is called the Fausto Coffee Roastery. While we are going there, I just want to talk a bit more about this beautiful summer day. So in the morning I went to the public pool for some swimming sessions. I think I went there at 10 a.m. when it was not too full yet, with all the families and with their kids. And I swam for I think 1,500 meters. I'm not used to swimming a lot anymore. I used to swim way more, not competitively, but quite ambitiously. Also took part in some classes at university. But yeah, today in the morning and around noon I just went to the public pool and switched between swimming some 100 meters and just chilling out in the sun and reading a book. So here we've made it to the coffee roastery. They also have their own cafe, which is directly next to one of the channels that guide some water of the river Isar through the city. Here I'm just picking up some coffee. Don't know why I didn't also drink one there. Maybe I just want to distribute my expenses between all the nice places in the neighborhood. Next time I will certainly sit there by the channel. And from the roastery it's not very far to the river either. You just gotta know where you have to go. But before one gets to the river, there's this nice park or forest area between the river and the residential area. I love how the sunlight comes through the leaves of the trees. This is a perfect summer day in Munich, with roughly 30 degrees Celsius in the shadows, a little wind and relatively dry air. I wish there were more days like this, where I also don't have to work. After a nice breakfast and coffee, you would find me in the public pool until roughly 2 p.m. and then afterwards probably here by the river. And all of that with a nice book, a towel and maybe some snacks. And of course, with one of my bicycles. On nice summer days, this area here by the river is always full of groups of people enjoying the weather with barbecue or just a big picnic. I'm only here for a little bath and then some reading in the sun. That's all the stuff I took with me today. Yeah, nothing you need a rear rack for. Some relieving realizations for me after fitting multiple bikes with all the components you could throw on there. The book I'm reading here is by one of my favorite novelists, Haruki Murakami. This one here is in German, so sorry to all of you who can't read it. It's an example of what I've always liked the most about his novels, and that's the a bit irrelevant and a bit funny side details. I wasn't staying there for long, just a quick dip in the river and some reading. Unfortunately, some clouds started to cover the sun. I'm surprised how fast these classical mountain bike tires by Panaresa are also rolling on pavement. So much fun to ride them. I decided that the next stop after the river would be some pull-ups at my favorite calisthenics park. Before getting there, some interesting encounter here. Probably the bridge is giving really nice acoustics. Can't wait to do some proper off-road riding with these tires. Of course, no real mountain bike trails with jumping and so on, but a bit more off-road. For this workout I really have to be on the move all the time, because there are these little tiny flies or bugs which are biting in a really nasty way. They're called black flies and German Kriebelmücken, and I hate them. At least I found something nice while being on the move. And then the decision to go home after the workout. My typical way home from the calisthenics park also goes by the public pool where I was in the morning. What I did on my way back was spot some nice bicycles. Think people were very interested in my last bike spotting video, so I probably will do another one soon. Some very light tires on this bike. But before making it home, I encountered this little nice street festival here close to my neighborhood. with some live music, I think a big barbecue, and multiple open arts workshops. And all of that close to the aforementioned channel. Some nice bikes were around too. However, I didn't have much time to check out the workshops because I still had to go to the supermarket. And it was a perfect day already. I was satisfied, and as I'm making this video and seeing all the recordings now, I'm pretty sure this was a perfect day. Perfect summer day in Munich. That's it for the video. Thanks for watching. Please let me know in the comments how you spent your summer days, maybe also with bicycles, and hope to see you in the next video. Bye bye!